Hello and welcome back to another Delusions of Mediocrity battle report. Something a little bit different for you today. This is a small battle, part of a local escalation league that I'm a part of, and I've been putting together a Beasts of Chaos army. So this is me up against some Flesh Eater Courts. So here are the lists. This is my list. I know it's not optimal. I don't care. This is for funsies. I've got models that I think are cool. So my general is a Dragon Ogre Shoggoth. I think I got all these traits right. The trait Lightning Fast Monstrosity means that when he's charging, he gets to strike first. So at the start of the combat phase, before other units are chosen, he's got an artifact that lets him reroll his hit rolls and a spell. I tend not to use it. I'm still trying to figure out what spell is best on him, and I can't remember which one I gave him, and it doesn't matter because the only spell he really wants is the one that's on his War Scroll, which lets either himself or the Dragon Ogres reroll to hit, reroll to wound, and heal. We have a Great Brace Shaman who's got, I think it's Titanic Fury is the spell, that will let give +1 attack to a Behemoth, a Beast of Chaos Behemoth, so that's for big old Shaggy over here. My battle line is 3 Dragon Ogres because, yeah, those models are amazing. 10 Ungors, who are basically summoning points, and then we've got 10 Bestigor, 10 Ungor Raiders, and the big Toot-de-Toot Horn. My opponent's Flesh Eater Courts, led by an abhorrent Ghoul King, who has some stuff. Yep, can't remember what any of it does. A big ugly Crypt Haunter Courtier. His battle line is 2 units of 3 courtiers, and that's it. That's his model. So he starts with 8 models. Whoop whoop. Because he's got a battalion of attendants at court that give rerolls to things and places. Yes, definitely. And the chalice of, oh my god, they're all coming back. Why are they all coming back? Oh my god, why is this happening to me? Go back and check the one of my Deepkin versus Flesh Eater Courts from, I think it was the Essex GT, where I have a run-in with this bad boy. So here we've got deployment. He's sort of bunched up here. He's got his Ghoul King up on this piece of terrain. As you can see, we're playing on a 4x4 just because the smaller armies won't be able to cope otherwise. And at this points levels, we're still playing a fairly simple setup. 1 objective, middle of the board, 6 inches to control it, and you score points equal to the turn at the end of your turn when you're controlling it. It's fairly straightforward. So my Dragon Ogre posse is up here on my left. I've got a crew here, which is basically there for summoning. Some Bestigors to go whoa up and go charge. And I've got my Ungor Raiders over here. So, I get to go first. My opponent gives me first turn. These guys are quite far up because in my previous picture I've got to do their pre-game move. And I know I can't get to him in the first turn, so I just push up. These guys should still be wholly within 12. I'm still learning the army, so if I've made a couple of rules gaffes, I apologise. So basically, I just want to make it so that if I get priority in turn 2, I can get to him quite easily. I've picked up a couple of summoning points, so I just rolled my D3, sacrificed 1 of the Ungor. So there we go. Unfortunately, the only model I have that isn't in this army that I can summon is a Sigmar. So I've got 2 options. Either wait to bring in a subpar model, although the Sigmar is amazing, although he's not painted, or wait for my opponent to kill one of my units and then summon it back. Yeah. So there we go. My opponent's turn 1. And he just sort of shuffles up, I think. Tries to cast some spells, doesn't get the chalice off. I think I dispelled it this turn. I think I've got a spell off on the Shaggoth. Not the world's most interesting turn 1, apart from the fact that both myself and my opponent forgot to get units within 6 in turn 1. So, yeah. But here's what he did do. He summoned on a bunch of ghouls using his Ghoul King's ability. So, boom, some ghouls have turned up over there. I win priority into turn 2. Whoop, whoop. And I get myself 3 more summoning points and a command point. Oh, isn't that exciting? I can't do jack shit with it, though, because I don't have the models yet. This is the issue when you're putting together an army that summons. You need something to bloody well summon. But, you know, I'm working on it. And I decide to go balls out. Get a decent run roll on these guys. They go over here. They want to take out these ghouls. And my Dragonose just goes, splat, and hopefully kill some stuff. And they'll be fine, right? Because there aren't many models. If I kill some of them, then, you know, that's a good thing. So I make charge here with the Bestigor. Nom, 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 nom. And all said and done, these guys go in. He actually took some wounds. He's down to 6 wounds from some retaliation here. But he goes in, clears some stuff out. These guys get to fight and go splat, splat, splat. And, yep, they just take off the ghouls. But, you know, it's an evening game. We can't be bothered to take the ghouls off. So the ghouls are just going to stay down the table. But just, they're dead. They're re-dead. They're deadest. Most dead. And I score 2 points because I'm now controlling this. Aren't I a lucky boy? So, my opponent's turn 2. Yes, blurry action pick. Blurry action pick. He's just setting his guys up to come in and take this stuff out, I think. Which he does with a fairly good amount of success. Right, his magic did a thing. I can't really remember what his... No, I think I dispelled his one spell. He's only got the Ghoul King to do stuff with. These guys go in. They don't really do a whole lot on the first swing, but then he can use command points to get them to swing again. So, yay. Because that's the thing Flesh Eater Courts do. So, oh no, they're dead. These guys hold out for a bit, but there we go. Right, on to my turn 3. I get up to 7 summoning points, and I decide to bring these guys back over to try and help out here in the middle. Remember, these are not here. Basically, I want to keep his army busy whilst I keep scoring the objective. They actually fail their charge. So they try and charge in to help, because, you know, helping is good. But they didn't do the thing. They failed the charge. That wasn't good. So in return, they just took off the rest of my Dragon Ogres, which was upsetting. But I scored 3 points, so I'm up to 5 points. Isn't that exciting? And into my opponent's turn 3. And oh look, after his hero phase, he's actually been able to bring in the Chalice for once. Isn't that cool? So he's just sat there, and that's going to be a pain in the arse. And I think this looks like it's after his combat phase, because all he's done is he's gone in and he's wiped out the Ungor. Alright, just you dead, gone. Bleh. Alright, here they are. They're there. They're dead. Bleh. Alright, and the Chalice has got some wounds, and he'll use that to then heal these chappies up. So it's turn 3, so my opponent is now on 3 points to my 5. Oh no. And he doubles me into turn 4. Oh no, that's not good. Because what happens is he sends these 3 big uglies. Bear in mind, please, that these guys have just been chewing through my army off to my Bestigor. Now, Bestigor are pretty baller when they charge. When they don't charge, they're not so good. Now, this is something I'm used to playing Deepkin, but it still hurts. And, yep, fighting twice. Oh, yep, he sent the character one in as well, and the deaded gone. Yep. So he scores 4 points, goes up to 7. We go into my turn 4. Now, I actually get a decent number of summoning points, and I'm going to spend, I think I spend 6 of them on a bunch of Bestigor who have come in. Hello. And some Ungor. I've re-summoned in some Ungor Raiders, so they've come back here, and my other Ungor are coming up this way. The reason being, obviously, that he's only left 1 model here, so all I need to do is get my 3 models within 6, and I get to score lovely, lovely points this turn. And I've got 10 new Bestigor ready to help. Something's fun. So that puts me on 9 to his 7, because I score 4 points, but we get into my opponent's turn 5. Oh no. And obviously they've done chewing up here, so they're just going to come back. And unsurprisingly, they just take those Ungor off. No one was really surprised. And into my turn 5. I get a few summoning points. If I had the models, I think 4, so I think I do actually bring some Ungor on, but it's turn 5, they're not going to get anything done. And here I make a bit of a rules boo-boo. I make a little bit of a rules boo-boo. Which I didn't take pictures of, so I'll try and describe it to you.
is I didn't realize that the +3 movement that the Great Shaman gives, he has to be they have to be held within 12 of him at the start of the movement phase. So what I actually did is I moved him over here, thought that would give them the +3. Now it turns out with their run roll, I rigged it to be a 6 anyway, because that I can do, move him here. They were able to charge in, and they just tagged this guy coming in from the north. I'm sorry I didn't take a picture of that. But basically, I get enough of them within 6 of this without tagging these guys into combat, because that would be suicidal, that I actually score this objective in my turn 5 as well. So I go into turn 5 on 9 points to his 12, and I am at 14 points to 12. So the big difference here were the 2 points I scored in turn 2. So there you are, a quite satisfying victory for the Beastmen. I seem to have picked up yet another army that can't take a hit, but that seems to be how I'm playing Age of Sigmar, so I guess I'll just roll with it. Please tune in again for another battle report soon.